to dropdragon.tech, a project of DavidGeeks.tech. And today we will be learning how to edit your header and your settings inside of that header. Now, your header, of course, is pretty much the really most important part of your website or your template, at least, because it helps your customers or your prospects navigate to specific pages of your website, and it really should be smooth and it really should be clean. You know, it will make or break you on how to navigate. You ever went to some websites and says like, hey, listen, I'm very fluent with websites. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, looking at things, going online. I feel like I'm fluent. And then you go to someone's website and it just looks so jumbled and you just don't even know how to navigate through. So those are the things you want to avoid. Okay, so now let me show you guys how easy it is to modify your header. Now, depending on which template you've chosen for as far as your layout, your header will be formatted in a certain way. For instance, your header is, you have your logo, which remember we use the text logo instead of an image, is to the left. And then pretty much in the center, there's nothing here. It's pretty clean though. And then you have your navigation to the right. Now, if we would look at that on the tablet mode, and I want to discard all those changes. I was playing with it before I did the video. But if you look at your tablet mode here, you have your hamburger menu at the top. The logo is at the top center, and then your extra bold heading is right there. Your call to action is to the left. Now we can always change that if we want to. Remember, we talked about that in that previous video. We were going to learn about it more. But for now, I wanted to show you guys, this looks pretty clean already. So if someone was to click on that hamburger menu, it's not going to load because we're not viewing the page. But if I was to view it in that tablet mode, well, yeah, here we go. So we view that in tablet mode. There's that hamburger menu, and it just slides over really, really clean, right? So guys, I'm going to show you how you can up your game on that if you wanted to change it. It looks fine. All you have to do is just edit the pages, kind of change up the layout that's already there with just entering your data or your information inside there. But I want to go a step further. I want to show you guys how you can play with this. Okay, so like I said, there's things that are like kind of, you got your right side with your navigation and your call to action, and then you have your logo on the left, and the center is pretty clean. So this to me is a full menu. So this is a full width header. So if we wanted to change that header section, all we would have to do is click on the little icon like I just did. The header layout is full width. Now we can make that a normal size, and normal size is pretty much aligning the logo and that cart button right along where the heading is, the extra bold heading, that second call to action button, all the way down to your first module in that third block here, or that second block. So it kind of aligns it here all the way to that third block. See how that's aligned, everything's straight. So that's what that normal size does. Now you guys can also compact that a little bit closer too if you want. And if you notice, hey, look, guys, it's still clean, right? So I can save those changes if I want to, but I want to do something a little bit different. So for my header setting, I want to keep it at full width, but then I want to add some other things to it. So now from here we have these little plus signs. So right here, what does it say when you hover over? It says add another header row above. You can also add a widget here in this area, or you can also add another header row below this line. So for instance, if I wanted to put my Facebook handle, any of my social media handles on there, I can just simply, click on that box. Let's go ahead and add social media, Facebook and Twitter. That's fine. I'll keep it there and I'll save the changes, right? Of course, you would have to edit this inside of these modules and put your own information in there. What else can I do? If I wanted to, if I wanted to make this normal size and add something else to it, I definitely can. If I wanted to delete, if I didn't really have anything in that store right then and there, I just wanted to kind of get the information and get people to sign up for whatever I'm doing, like this membership site. But if I wanted to sell my books or things like this, keep that I can keep that shop button there, and I can kind of play along with this and make it to my liking, right? For now, I want to go ahead and delete that. So I'll delete that widget, and I'll go ahead and make my save changes now. All right, so once we have our row added, don't forget to add your social media info so it can go right to your pages. And I got rid of the cart. But what if I wanted a search bar? Like, you know what? I want people to be able, because I have a lot of information. This is going to be a huge website. I want people to be able to, concentrate on certain information. So I want to add a search bar here, or a search icon. Literally, that's all you have to do is put it right there. Click on your save changes, and you're good to go there. Okay, we can also, use the handles to adjust the margins. So with the margins, you can pull it down, you can pull it up, and that just kind of creates a layer if you want to pull that down. And that's looking really, really good. I want to pull it up just a little bit. I don't want it scrunched in because we already have our navigation area getting tight. So for here, I think I want to go ahead and put it back to full width since I added some things. And to me, it just looks a lot more cleaner, right? Let's see what else. I showed you how to delete that. You can keep that search bar there, or you can delete it. The same thing with your call to action buttons. I don't want to book a training, but I do want people to sign up for the webinars. So I'll say latest webinar. Sign up, right? And I'll go ahead and save that. Okay, you can make that whatever you want. But for now, I think this looks a lot better. The one thing that is concerning me right now is this background image. So from these lines here where that arrow is at the top, all the way down is technically your header area. But we created a block because we put that header area, we put that image inside of the header area on a background. So if I clicked on this block here, you'll notice the gentleman with the abs. If we click that, we can actually change that background. So I don't have Fitness Center, but I do have Phenomenal Nation. So I've already downloaded some images to put in there, and I think that is so lovely. And you can have an overlay if you like to. If you don't, you just simply unclick it, and now you have the full crisp image. That's a full width header right there. That's an image, very, very clean. However, because of all of the lights and there's a lot going on with the city, now you have your menu that's kind of blended in, and I don't want that. So for me, I would go ahead and keep that overlay, and I'll soften that up later, but that's pretty much how you do your overlay. So I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now we have a beautiful Phenomenal Nation background. But okay, so Ibra, what if we wanted to add some things to the navigation area? Well, we can do that. Like for instance, on some of these you have submenus. So if we go ahead and view a preview of this page, if I hovered my mouse over the home button, it just simply highlights an underline, right? If I go to about the gym, it does the same thing. But if I hover my mouse over the classes, there's going to be a drop down or a sub menu that pops up. One says service page, the other says get in touch. Well, what are those about? Those are the other pages, but how did we do that? I can show you. You can actually change this if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and head out of the view section, and I'm going to go ahead and edit the menu. So as you can see, the home, about the gym, our classes are all pretty much right under one another. But then we have the sub menus, which is the service pages and get in touch, are kind of over to the left or to the right a little bit. So if I wanted to change this up a little bit, I can very well do that. If I just wanted to keep a service page to where my guests or prospects can look at it, it's right there. If same thing would get in touch. If I wanted to do that, all I would have to do is just move it around. Okay, you can also change the order of this. If you want your homepage on the left or to the right, you can do that. It doesn't have to necessarily be in this order. All you have to do is just drop and move, right? Drop and drag. Yes. And so I wanted to show you guys something else before we ended this video. And this is how you create what we call a mega menu. Now, a mega menu is a really dope way to make a huge drop down section simply by clicking on this mega menu, which is going to be your plus sign. So if you hover over all of these, you can add a mega menu to any of these pages throughout your navigation. So for instance, if I wanted to do a mega menu for the get in touch, I'll click on that and then I'll edit it. And right out the gate, you have something very beautiful. This looks like a 4-columner, and on that 4th column, you have an image. I don't need this many columns. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these. So I can show you how to do that. Let's say, for instance, I don't want this image here. So I can get rid of that image by simply clicking on it and deleting it, right? Well, what if I wanted to get rid of some of these columns? So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Well, I don't want that many columns. How about if I just break it down? I don't know. Let's break it down to 3. Or better yet, let's break it down to 2. So if I wanted to break that down to 2, I can get rid of any extra text that I don't need. Yeah. And if I wanted to pull this back and create if I want to go ahead and put an image there or what have you, I can do that as well. All I would have to do is add a widget. And right here again, we can do the forms, the bookings, member registration and login, checkout. I can put a gallery right there, portfolio, a countdown timer. I'll do a countdown timer right here. Okay. And it gives you countdown. I don't know. Let's see. Countdown to date. We'll keep it there. And I'll select the date. Let's go with the 24th, right? So that gives you a clear, concise countdown of whatever we have going on. So if I wanted to put, if I wanted to say like launch Phenomenal Nation. I'm sorry, guys. Phenomenal Nation's website. I can do that there. Click save, change, or click save your changes. And if I wanted to put, something like, I wouldn't know. Check us out. If I want to say like, check us out on our social media platforms, right? And then if I wanted to get rid of this text here, and let's go ahead and add another widget, and then we can put, I don't know, where's the social media at? Right here, if I wanted to just put that in there, right? I can do that. If I want to center that, I'll align it center. All right, line center. Edit that. I guess that is center. All right, so I'll click out of there. I'll click out of there. And if that's centered, that means that this is not. So I'll just center this here. So yeah, it's centered. There we go. And to make things even, let's not forget, I don't like to, that's already centered. Great, great. Click out of there and go here. And make this centered as well. Oh, wow, that looks great. All right. And well, I can always change the colors, by the way. Doesn't have to be the countdown date. We can do all kind of countdowns, right? And from here, only thing I need to do now is close that. Stay and save. And did I not save? Haha, you see what happened there? So I don't think that I saved that. Let's just test that. Did I save that? Let's see if I saved it. All right, so let's go ahead and view. I want to see if I saved the changes, because if you don't save it, look what happened. Yeah, so I didn't save it, and that's very important. If I don't save it, the computer's going to say, oh, they were just testing it. But thank God this is a video. You have to make sure you save it. So that's my bad, my error. We're going to keep this video going. But pretty much, you can also adjust the margins. We already talked about that. You can modify the whole layout. And this really gives you the freedom to create your header settings any way you want. Now, in our next video, when we come back, I'm going to show you guys a little more. But in the meantime, we're coming along. So we figured out how to, add social media content by clicking on another row at the top. You can also do that at the bottom. You can also pull in your navigation and your logo to the center, and you can even make it even tighter if you like. It can also go vertical as well as horizontal. So you can do that vertical, horizontal. We showed you the different views on there. We showed you how to create a mega menu, and the mega menu, if you do not make your save changes, it will not save. So that's a lesson learned. So no one's perfect, but anyway, you can have a perfect website though. So other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the video on our YouTube channel. And other than that, thank you for watching and have a good night.